Welcome back to Love Family Doll Show. If you're new, my name is Angie, and I'm super excited to show you how I made this Disney Wish movie inspired Zen Garden playset for dolls. I'm also going to be doing a Temu review in this video because I bought a goat. Make sure you stick around because I'm going to show you how I made my own Valentino goat from the Disney Wish movie. How are you liking the pink backdrop and the pink lights in the studio? Let me know what you think in the comments. But anyway, who doesn't love a good Zen garden? I certainly do in real life, so I had to make one. Let's get started. Actually, let's continue because I already got a head start. I used a 22 by 28 inch black poster board for the background of this playset. Believe it or not, this Zen house is actually made out of an Amazon box. This was a Lord of the Rings themed box, and I kept it because I really like the patterns. It makes a perfect treehouse. I used red craft paper to give some boldness and also blend it in with the magazine paper that I used in the background. I thought the plant and the vase that it's in front of that window looked perfect. We're creating the illusion that this window leads to a living room of a Zen house. Not only did I cut out the barcodes to repurpose this box, I also painted over them with black paint. You are looking at packaging that came with our Asha doll. What a perfect view of the stars overlooking the city and the moon. I've already outlined it with black paint to blend it in with the background. I'll also be adding some plants around it. Don't mind Asha, she's just taking a break. Here's another magazine page of a beautiful garden that I'm going to blend in with the Zen of this entire playset. Before we continue, let's take a break. There's someone I want to introduce to you. Here's Valentino. Okay, this is the goat that I got from Temu. I like it. I love that it looks realistic. Unfortunately, the goat only came in black and white, but that's okay. We could turn this goat into Valentino just by coloring him brown. I marked him up with dark brown wood stainer marker, and this is the end result. What do you think? I'm so glad I didn't use my second option, which would have been coffee. And we're back. Now I'm adding more magazine plants to the background. When you use what you have, you can create anything. I came across some nice pottery, so I just tucked it behind the bushes and it came out really nice. I'm now done with the gluing and tucking and overlapping of magazines in this area. Time to add some foliage for more disguise. I'm using pink paint to paint the leaves to make them look like salvia plants. I'm using a lighter shade of pink for more color variation. In my opinion, this goldberry garland resembles the flowers in the Disney Wish movie even more than the foliage. Time to start gluing on our plants to the garden entrance. This came out so perfectly, it's exactly what I envisioned and imagined. Even the paint on the leaves has fallen off as if they're real leaves. Look at the ground. Let's do some work on the right side of our Zen garden. I made these trees for one of our Mother's Day episodes from years ago. I still have them and use them to this day. Let's place it here. Notice how the tree covers up the rectangular shape of the magazine. Now do you know what I mean by disguise? This poster board was used previously. There's blemishes, but that's okay. We'll cover it up, just like this. I added onto the Zen house with more cardboard box. Let's transform what used to be a doll road into a beautiful roof. With two 8 by 8 inch pieces of craft papers, which one I folded into the shape of a roof. I glued them together, then glued it on top of that road, and now we have a nice roof. We need to do something about the spaces in these cardboard boxes. I cut this red mud colored paper towel into two 1 by 5 inch strips, then folded them in half. And then I just glued them onto all the problem areas. Problem solved. This is a 2 by 6 inch gold cardstock that I'm using to cut 1 inch strips of paper to make door handles. It's so simple to make the door handles. All I did was fold the ends towards the inside, then glued it onto the door. Let's test it with Asha. And it works perfectly. To make the doors even more realistic, I added some gold hinges at the top and the bottom. Let's hurry up because I can't wait to play with this playset with Olivia. I'm using 2 1/2 by 2.5 inch pieces of cardboard to make shelves. I wrapped them both in a purple post-it size piece of cardstock, cut out the corners, then glued down the flaps, and they should both look like this. Before gluing the shelves onto the inside of the door, I painted it with purple acrylic paint. I recommend letting the door paint dry all the way before you try gluing on the shelves. These are sturdy enough to hold a wooden plate and wooden mugs. Let's continue while Asha attends to her guest Valentino. Using clear glitter nail polish, I added more stars to the black background. I'm adding a plant, glitter berries, a tree, and more foliage. I filled in the center with more magazine cutouts and plants. There's so much that I want to add to the center to make it look more realistic, but first let's finish adding more cardboard. To disguise this corner, I added more foliage and a tree. Let's make the main attraction a wishing well made out of an empty ribbon roll. A 6.5 by 3 inch piece of cardstock that's made out of dyed paper towel and looks just like one. On top of the cardstock, I'm tracing a circle around the ribbon roll, then I cut it out. Okay, stay with me, people. I flip this over, then I place the empty ribbon roll on top of it to trace a hole in the center. Then I folded it in half so that I can cut out this tiny circle so that I can stick this 7 by 3/4 inch dowel in the center. I've been waiting to use this cobblestone for a while now. It fits perfectly around this wishing well, making it look even more realistic. Next, I glued the water on top with the dowel in the center, and then I took a thin strip and wrapped it around the edges of the water and the base. I took a piece of wood textured craft paper and wrapped it around the dowel so that it looks like it's part of the wishing well. I used that remaining craft paper to cover two 5.5 by 4 inch pieces of cardboard. After fully covering both pieces, I trimmed the sides and then I glued on a thin strip at the top center. I set the roof on top of the dowel to let it dry. This is the perfect height for a doll that wants to sit and enjoy some shade. I think this fairy lamp is perfect for this garden. All I did was add mini plants and string lights. By now, you should be feeling relaxed. I needed my Disney Wish-inspired Zen Garden to look a little bit more like the one in the movie, so I added on more berries and I added a few more strokes of paint. This might be my favorite part of making this garden, decorating. While Asha takes a nap on her boulder, let's add some fire to keep her warm. The garden could use some more landscaping, so I'm taking some mini hedges, gluing them together, and then I painted the center with gold to put it around the fairy lamp. I'm using these adorable mini logs to make a seating area. The smaller ones can also be used as wood supply for a campfire. This is so cute, and that fire is going out, so let's add some logs. This cute little squirrel was actually designed to hold an iPhone charger cord. I placed a mini pine cone next to it, and then I put a sugar berry in the raccoon's mouth. Oh my gosh, this is so cute. We are done. Let's do a walkthrough. You guys, I wish this was real. I would sell my home and live here if this was real. Bah! Looks like Valentino has a friend. Valentino is enjoying drinking water from that wishing well right in front of the Zen house. I made a short video where I gave this doll a makeover, so make sure you check it out. Thank you for making this Zen garden with me. That makes it even more special. If you enjoy creating things with your imagination, doll drama, and how to solve relationship issues, subscribe to this channel. You won't regret it. We'll see you next time.